For centuries, one name has echoed through history, synonymous with beauty, power, and seduction: Cleopatra. But what if I told you that the image we have of her, the femme fatale dripping in jewels, carried on a carpet to Caesar, is largely a work of fiction? Today, we're peeling back the layers of Roman propaganda to uncover the real story of the last pharaoh of Egypt. This isn't just about a queen, it's about a brilliant strategist, a savvy politician, and a woman who fought tooth and nail to save her kingdom from the clutches of an expanding empire. So, forget what you think you know. We're about to meet the true Cleopatra. Let's start by busting the biggest myth: her appearance. The Romans, especially her enemy Octavian, launched a massive smear campaign to portray her as a decadent, foreign temptress who used her looks to corrupt noble Roman men like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. But was she this breathtaking beauty? Coins minted during her reign show a woman with a prominent nose and a strong jawline, features that suggest intelligence and authority rather than conventional beauty. Ancient writers like Plutarch, who wrote about her life decades after her death, actually described her charm as lying not in her looks, but in her irresistible charisma, her captivating voice, and the sheer brilliance of her mind. She was fluent in at least 9 languages, including Egyptian, which was rare for her Greek-descended Ptolemaic dynasty. This allowed her to speak directly to her people and foreign diplomats without an interpreter, a massive political advantage. Cleopatra wasn't just a pretty face or a charismatic voice. She was a formidable ruler in a world dominated by men. She ascended to the throne at just 18, co-ruling with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. But this wasn't a happy family affair. The court was a snake pit of intrigue, and her brother's advisors quickly conspired against her, forcing her into exile. This is where her legendary grit truly shines. A lesser person might have faded into obscurity, but not Cleopatra. She raised her own army and prepared to fight for her birthright. It was during this civil war that Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, and Cleopatra saw her chance. Now, let's talk about that famous carpet incident. The story goes that she had herself smuggled into the palace wrapped in a rug to meet Caesar. While dramatic, it highlights her audacious and clever nature. She knew a direct approach was impossible, so she used creativity and daring to gain an audience with the most powerful man in the world. And once she was in the room, it wasn't her beauty that won him over, it was her intellect and political acumen. She presented herself not as a damsel in distress, but as the rightful heir to the Egyptian throne, a valuable ally who could help stabilize a region crucial for Rome's grain supply. Caesar, a shrewd politician himself, recognized her potential. Their alliance was as much about politics as it was about personal connection. Their son, Caesarion, was not just a child of passion but a powerful symbol of a potential Greco-Roman Empire, a future that terrified the Roman Senate. After Caesar's assassination, Rome was plunged into chaos. Cleopatra's world was once again thrown into uncertainty. She returned to Egypt to solidify her rule. She was a popular pharaoh, often depicted as the goddess Isis, presenting herself as a divine mother to her people. She navigated famines and economic instability with skill, proving she was more than just a political player on the international stage. She was a capable domestic ruler who cared for her kingdom's welfare. Then, a new Roman powerhouse emerged, Mark Antony. Their first meeting was pure political theater, and Cleopatra was the director. Antony summoned her to Tarsus to question her loyalty. Instead of arriving as a nervous subordinate, she sailed up the Cydnus River in a magnificent golden barge, dressed as the goddess Venus. Surrounded by attendants, she didn't just meet Antony. She dazzled him, hosting lavish banquets and showcasing the immense wealth and culture of Egypt. She positioned herself as his equal, fellow monarch. Their partnership became one of the most legendary love stories in history, but it was also a powerful military and political alliance. Together, they dreamed of a new Eastern Empire with Alexandria as its capital, a direct challenge to the power of Rome and Antony's rival, Octavian. They had 3 children together, further cementing their shared future. This ambition, however, would be their downfall. Back in Rome, Octavian used Cleopatra as the ultimate propaganda tool. He painted her as a wicked foreign sorceress who had bewitched Antony and planned to rule over Rome. He declared war not on Antony, but on Cleopatra. This was a brilliant move, turning a Roman civil war into a patriotic defense against a foreign threat. The decisive battle came at Actium, a naval conflict that ended in a crushing defeat for Antony and Cleopatra's forces. The exact events are murky, colored by Roman accounts, but the result was clear. Their dream was shattered. They fled back to Alexandria, with Octavian's legions in hot pursuit. The end is tragic and iconic. Antony, falsely told that Cleopatra was dead, took his own life. He was brought to her as he was dying and died in her arms. Left alone, Cleopatra knew her fate. Octavian wanted to parade her through the streets of Rome in chains, a living trophy of his victory. But Cleopatra would not be humiliated. She chose to control her own destiny, one last act of defiance against the man who had destroyed her world. According to legend, she died by the bite of an asp, a symbol of divine royalty in Egypt. In her death, she became an immortal legend, robbing Octavian of his ultimate triumph. So, the next time you hear the name Cleopatra, don't just picture a seductress. Picture a scholar who spoke 9 languages. Picture a brilliant politician who held her own with the giants of Rome. Picture a mother who fought to secure a future for her children. And picture a queen who, faced with the inevitable fall of her kingdom, chose a death worthy of a pharaoh, cementing her legacy not as a footnote in Rome's history, but as an icon for all time. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, and her real story is far more compelling than any myth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hidden histories. Let us know in the comments which historical figure we should uncover next.